Welcome to Riji, the new chapter that is conic section. The weightage of new chapter conic section is in IP 968 7 plus 2 in parabola and 4 plus 2 in hyperbola and 4 plus 4 in ellipse. Total 23 marks. Total 23 marks in IP. When comes to JEE mains, we can expect 2 questions to 5 questions from conic section, total conic section, not from parabola, not from hyperbola. Total conic section we will get 2 to 5 questions. When comes to MSET, there is a possibility to get 2 questions to 3 questions. This is the weightage of complete conic section chapter here. And if you look at the definition of a conic section, a figure is formed by the intersection of a plane and a circular cone depending on the angle of the plane, here, angle of the plane with respect to a cone. A conic section may be a circle or ellipse, parabola or hyperbola. So I am explaining about this definition first of all. So if you take any two circular cone, I am taking two overlapping two circular cones here. This is a circular cone I am taking. Here these two circular cones are overlapping each other. So one plane, he is saying in the definition, a cone is divided with a plane here. So I am taking one circular cone, two circular cones are overlapping here. I am taking a plane here. So I am taking a plane, this is a plane, this plane is touching the circular cone at this point. So we will get the output box. This is the output box I am drawing here. This is the output box. Output. When a plane is touching and intersecting the overlapping circular cone, we will get only one point here. If I am increasing the distance to this point here, I am increasing the plane here. I am changing the angle of plane horizontal to the circular cone here. So I am drawing this plane here like this. So if I am drawing plane like this, so it will create a circle. If a cone is intersecting a plane like this with a parallel to the base of a circular cone, will make a circle. Here this plane makes a equal intersection with the base of circular cone here. This is the shape of shaded part is circle. The first diagram is making here circle if a plane is intersecting parallel to the right circular cone, and the second diagram and again I am taking overlapping of two circular cones. This is overlapping of two circular cones here. I am changing the angle of plane here. This angle is exactly parallel to the base of the circle, base of the cone here, and I am changing the plane angle here. So slightly I am changing with an acute angle. I am changing the plane angle here. If a plane is intersecting if a plane is intersecting the two overlapping circular cones here, the plane is intersecting like this, then the figure is framed like this. Then the figure is framed like this, like an oval shape. The shaded region is called intersecting plane a cone into two parts here. This part is called ellipse. This is the shape of ellipse here. So when a plane is intersecting a right circular cone with an acute angle is called ellipse. This is ellipse here. This is circle. Complete. First one is circle and the second one is ellipse here. And the next question is, next diagram I am taking two overlapping circular cones. These are two overlapping circular cones. I am increasing the angle of plane here. I am increasing the angle of plane up to the base here. So then it will become like this. Acute angle to some more angle here. Less than 90 degrees I am taking. This is a plane. It is intersecting the right circular cone, then it will divide the cone like this. Sorry. It will divide the cone like this. This plane intersect the right circular cone in the shape of parabola. So the shaded part, the shaded region shows the shape of the parabola here. This complete part is known as parabola. The shape of parabola is like U, and this is ellipse. And one more diagram, final one. I am taking overlapping of two circular cones again. In this case, I am taking a plane in vertical angle, vertical to the two vertical cones here. I am taking plane perpendicular to the cone, So this will divide the cone into sections. When comes to hyperbola, this shape is called hyperbola. It will divide the right circular cone in two parts. This shaded region is called hyperbola. This shaded region is called hyperbola. And the second one is parabola. Third one is parabola. And the fourth one is hyperbola. So I am drawing 4 diagrams at a time here. This is the output diagram, output shapes. So the first diagram, if a right circular cone making parallel to the base of the diagram here, the first one I am drawing here. The first one, if a plane is intersecting the right circular cone parallel to the base, then a circle is framed here. This is the first one. So the first diagram is circle. And the second diagram is, if a plane is intersecting the right circular cone with an acute angle, will make ellipse here. This is a ellipse. Ellipse is nothing but like oval. The shape of ellipse is like this. This is the shape of ellipse. And again increasing the angle of plane here, it will intersect the right circular cone like this, then will make the shape of parabola. This is parabola. This is parabola. I am erasing outputs here. And if a plane is perpendicular to the two right circular cones here, will make hyperbola. Hyperbola. The first diagram is circle and the second diagram is ellipse and the third diagram is parabola and the fourth diagram is hyperbola. Here this definition is satisfying all the diagrams here. A figure is formed by intersection of a plane. Here one plane is intersecting the cone in different forms here, with an parallel angle, with parallel to the base, and with acute angle with the base, and with more than acute angle to the base, and perpendicular to the base. So in 4 variations we will get 4 types of figures here. The first one is circle and the second one is ellipse, third one is parabola, fourth one is hyperbola. When we will get circle here, if a plane is intersecting the right circular cone in parallel way, we will get circle. If a plane is intersecting the right circular cone with an acute angle, we will get ellipse here. And if a plane is intersecting the right circular cone, first part of right circular cone with less than 90 degrees, we will get parabola here. If a right circular cone is intersecting with a plane in perpendicular, we will get hyperbola here. Here these are the 4 diagrams in conic section. And the actual definition of conic here, the locus of a point which moves in a plane such that in that ratio of distance from a fixed point to a perpendicular distance from a fixed straight line is constant, is called a conic section. This is a definition. So for understanding purpose, diagrammatically we have to discuss here, and for understanding purpose we have to discuss here. I am drawing a diagram here, and first of all I am taking a fixed point. I am taking a fixed point. This is called fixed point. This fixed point is considered as S, that is alpha comma beta, and I am taking a fixed line. This is a fixed point. According to the definition only, I am drawing here the locus of a point which moves in a plane. The locus of a point which moves in a plane such that the ratio of its distance from a fixed point, this is from a fixed point, and perpendicular distance to the fixed line. So I am taking first fixed point here and fixed line. I am taking one more line, that is fixed line here. This is a fixed line. This line equation is, this straight line equation is ax plus by plus c is equal 0. This is a straight line here. This is a fixed point, that is x of alpha comma beta, and if you draw a line to this, dotted line like this. So I am taking a point p of x comma y on a plane here, p of x comma y on a plane. This is a point I am taking p, that is p of x1 comma y1, x comma y, similarly x comma y I am taking. This is a point p here, and if you draw a perpendicular line to the point p, that to the fixed line, if you draw a perpendicular line to the point p from a fixed line, that is nothing but this is a perpendicular line here from a fixed line to fixed point, sorry, point P here. This is angle here perpendicular 90 degrees, and join the points S and P here. Join the points S and P here. This is perpendicular distance to the point and to the fixed line. This is called fixed point. This is called fixed point, and this is called, no need to write this, just understanding purpose I am writing here. This is fixed line, fixed point and fixed line here. This is S of alpha comma beta. This is fixed line ax plus by plus c is equal 0, and P of x comma y is a point on a plane. This is a plane. This is a plane here. This is completely plane, and this is called S fixed point. This is fixed line I am taking. These two are constant here. So this is the ratio of SP by this intersecting point and a fixed line is I am taking capital M. Here we have 3 points. This is a fixed point and a point on a plane, and the perpendicular point to the fixed line here. The perpendicular line drawn from fixed line to point is, the intersection of point is called M here. So the ratio of SP by PM, the ratio of SP by PM is the ratio of SP by PM. The ratio of SP by PM is constant, is always constant, is always constant here. The ratio of SP by PM. S is the fixed point to the point on a plane. The ratio of fixed point to the distance of fixed point to point on a plane, and to the perpendicular distance to the point, perpendicular distance to the fixed line to the point P, fixed line to the point P, that is SP by PM here. The ratio of SP by PM is equal to constant here, the ratio of SP divided by PM. SP by PM is nothing but the distance of, the ratio of distance of fixed point to the point P, and the perpendicular distance to the point of perpendicular distance to the fixed line to the point P here. This is SP by PM, and this SP by PM is constant, and it is called as eccentricity. This is called as eccentricity, and it is denoted by small e. It is denoted by small e. Small e is nothing but eccentricity. Sorry, it's small. This is eccentricity. Eccentricity is nothing but the ratio of SP by PM. SP is nothing but the distance S to point on a plane, and PM is nothing but the distance, perpendicular distance to the fixed line to the point P on a plane here. This is called constant. This is always constant. This is always constant, and here the ratio is, the constant value is considered as denoted by E. This is called as eccentricity here. And the most important point is, the fixed point is called focus. In our terminology, this fixed point is called as focus. Fixed point is focus. The fixed point is called as focus, and this fixed line is called as fixed line. Line is called directrix. Directrix. And focus is denoted by focus is denoted by capital S and directrix is denoted by capital L, and this is denoted by capital S and the directrix is denoted by capital L. This is the denotation of fixed line and fixed point here. This fixed point is called as focus and the fixed line is called as directrix. This is the fixed line, and fixed line is denoted as directrix and fixed point is denoted as focus here. And here this is denoted by capital S, this is denoted by capital L. And the point on a plane, point is, this is a this is not fixed, this is movable. Point P of x comma y is denoted by capital P only, and the perpendicular distance to the point on a fixed line is m. So, and the ratio of SP by PM, always ratio of SP by PM is equal to constant. This constant is denoted by small e. Small e is nothing but eccentricity. So, first of all, we have a fixed point and a fixed line. From this fixed point, I am taking a point on a plane here. I am joining the SP here. SP is nothing from the distance focus to the point here. From the point to the fixed line, I am drawing a perpendicular distance, perpendicular line, that is M here. The intersecting point is M here. Fixed line is nothing but to the directrix from a focus here. So, the ratio of SP by PM is constant, and that constant is called as eccentricity, and it is denoted by small e. And the graphical representation for this one, how it is act as a eccentricity. Let us see here. Eccentricity, how it work for eccentricity. This is the directrix. L is equal to 0. Now onwards I am call it as directrix, not fixed line, and I am taking a focus. Focus is nothing but fixed point. This is focus. This is focus here. This is focus. Focus, that is alpha comma beta, and I am taking a point on a plane. Point P of x1 x comma y, and the perpendicular distance to this directrix. Perpendicular distance to the directrix is this one, like this. And I am taking a point on one more point P1 and P2, P3, P4, P5, P6, P7. So, if you draw like this all the diagrams, here also one for P I am taking, and if you draw like this, and these are all distances from focus, and we should draw perpendicular distances also. Perpendicular distances to the directrix. These are perpendicular distance, all are perpendiculars. Perpendicular distance to the directrix of points here P1, P2, P3. And if the point here, always eccentricity is constant. Here Fp by P1, Fp by M, M1, M2, M3, M4, M5, M6, M7, M8, M9. Here different M's are P1, M, P1, P2, P3, P4, P5, P6, P7, P8. Here different points are 8 points are taking on a plane here. So for this 8 points we have focus distance Here focus is that is denoted by S, SP, SP1, SP2, SP3, SP4, SP5, SP6, SP7, SP8. Here we got 8 distances, and from those points P to directrix distances PM, PM1, PM2, PM2, PM3, PM4, PM5, PM6, PM7, PM8. Here we have perpendicular distance to the directrix fixed line. This is directrix, this is focus, this is fixed point, this is fixed line. So the ratio of SP by PM, SP by PM and SP1 by PM1 and P1 by P1M1, SP to P2 M2. Similarly, you can write this, the ratio of SP by PM, SP by PM, and the first one SP1 by P1M, P1M. Next SP2 by P2 M2, P2 M2. Next SP3 divided by P3 M3. Similarly, finally SP8 by P8 M8. These all are constants. These are all constants. These constants are called as eccentricity. Eccentricity, it is denoted by small e, and if you join all the points here, this is a diagram of parabola. Here we have several conditions here. This is the diagram of parabola. This black figure is called parabola here, and we have several types here for eccentricity. Eccentricity is nothing but the ratio of focus to the point on a plane to the point to the perpendicular distance to the directrix here. And first we have focus. You should remember focus, directrix and eccentricity. These are the most important terminology in conic section. Focus is denoted by capital S, directrix is denoted by capital L, eccentricity is denoted by small e. And here this is called L here, the distance is called small l, distance to the focus to the point is called small l, and the perpendicular distance is called small d. SP is the length of focus to point small l, and D is the PM. Perpendicular distance fixed directrix to point P, directrix to point P. So D and L. D is nothing but perpendicular distance to the point P, and L is nothing but focus to the point P. The distance between focus to the point and the distance between perpendicular distance or directrix to the point P here. And here cases are there. If eccentricity, here eccentricity is equal to 1, first one eccentricity is equal to 1, and the second one eccentricity is 0 less than e less than 1, and the third one is eccentricity is equal to greater than 1 and the eccentricity equal to 0. Here 4 cases are there here, and the eccentricity is infinity, final one. Okay, and we have this 5 cases here. These are 5 cases. And eccentricity, what is mean by eccentricity? The ratio of SP by PM. SP is nothing but the distance from focus to the point on a plane, and PM is the distance between point to the point on a plane to the perpendicular distance to the directrix here, and SP by Pm is a eccentricity. Eccentricity is always constant. Eccentricity is always constant. If E is equal to 1, E is equal to 1 is nothing but, for example, the distance between these 2 points is equal to, for example, if I am taking 5 and this is also 5. So 5 by 5 is nothing but 5 by 5 is nothing but 1. If the distance between these two SP and PM are equal, then the figure will form, then the figure is parabola. Parabola. If eccentricity is equal to 1, then the figure is called parabola. If eccentricity is less than 0, lies between 0 and 1. If the eccentricity is lies between 0 and 1, then it is called ellipse. Here it is lies between 0 and 1. 0, 1 is nothing but, so it should be, and SP greater than PM. SP greater than PM. Always if SP is greater than PM, then the ellipse is formed here. So this is the condition for ellipse. If the eccentricity is greater than 1, if the eccentricity is greater than 1, hyperbola is formed. Hyperbola is formed. Eccentricity is greater than 1, hyperbola is formed like this. Hyperbola. This is a hyperbola. This is the directrix. This is a focus. This is also focus, and this is called diagram here. And if eccentricity is equal to 0, then circle is formed. No, if there is no eccentricity, then the circle is formed here like this. Circle is formed. This is the directrix, this is the focus. From this is a circle here. And if eccentricity is infinity, pair of straight lines will be formed. Pair of straight lines will be formed. Pair of straight lines will be formed if the eccentricity is infinity. We have 5 cases. Eccentricity, based on eccentricity is nothing but the ratio of focus to the point on a plane and the perpendicular distance to the directrix of point on a plane here. So that is denoted by E is equal to L by D. E is equal to L by D. E is nothing but eccentricity. If eccentricity is equal to 1, parabola can be formed. If eccentricity lies between 0 and 1, ellipse can be formed. If eccentricity is greater than 1, parabola can be formed. If eccentricity is equal to 0, circle is formed. If eccentricity is infinity, pair of straight lines will be formed here. And this is all about this one. And in this conic section, we have 4 topics. In this conic section we have 4 topics, that is circles, and the second one is parabola, and third one is ellipse. And the fourth one is hyperbola. Here circles we completed. Now we are going to start this parabola. The weightage of parabola in IP is 9 plus 2. 9 is nothing but 7 plus 2 marks. 7 marks question, 1 2 marks question. And for ellipse, the weightage is 8. That is nothing but 4 plus 4. 2 4 marks question. And the hyperbola, last one is, that is 6 marks. And 4 plus 2, 1 2 marks and 4 marks question. And here, if the eccentricity is equal to 1, the first chapter, that is the first chapter we are going to start, that is in conic section, that is parabola. This is a basic introduction for conic section. In next class we will discuss about parabola. If parabola is nothing but eccentricity is equal to 1. In next, after completion of parabola, we have to go for ellipse and hyperbola also. First, we should discuss all the concept involved in parabola. Parabola is nothing but the eccentricity is equal to 1. Eccentricity is nothing but the ratio of focus to the point on a plane to the perpendicular distance to the directrix here. This is called eccentricity. We discussed the most important points are, first one is focus, and the second one is directrix, and the third one is eccentricity, and focus is nothing but capital S, directrix is nothing but capital L, and eccentricity is denoted by small e, and eccentricity is denoted by L by D, where L is the distance from focus to point P, and D is nothing but point to perpendicular distance to directrix. This is all about this concept conic section here, and in the next class we will discuss about parabola. Thank you.